Okay, okay. It's Thursday. Let's go through some homework. Yes, freshmen. This should be my last video of the week. Tomorrow will be some type of review for you guys to do. But for now, let's go through the homework, which of course was on page 507. And I think it was number something through something, like 8 through 22 or something like that. 8 through 21, 8 through 22, I don't know. Okay, so here we go. You had to write it out exactly like this. You ready? So if you didn't write out the problem, you better start writing out the problem while I'm going through it. Number 8, it just said, what's the square root of 36? You could not just write 6. You have to write the square root of 36 equals 6, just like that. Tough luck. Number 9, what's the square root of 0.81? Well, that's 0.9. No plus or minus here because it doesn't say x squared. Number 10, what is negative square root of 0.04? Well, that would just be negative 0.2. Remember, I'm going to move that one a little closer. Okay, remember that this negative symbol is just going along for the ride. Okay? Squiggle, 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 squiggle. Number 11, it says, hey, what is plus or minus the square root of 9? Okay, so this time we will have a plus or minus 3 because the original problem had a plus or minus on it. Any questions there? 8 through 11. What's that? I can't hear you. It's gonna be like I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm not gonna get to see your smiling faces anymore. Oh, wait, that's right. Okay, next set. 12 through 14. It says let A equal 2 and B equal 4. So number 12 says, what's the square root of B squared minus 10A? Well, that would be, so you had to write that out, that would be 4 squared. I just put it in, parentheses there just because, minus 10 times 2. So then that's going to be the square root of 16 minus, oh, did I miss something? Oh, it's a plus. Wowza. B squared plus 10. That changes things. That makes me feel a little better because I was looking at the problem thinking, this isn't going to work. 16 plus 20, but that's the square root of 36. And the square root of 36 is 6. Yippee skippy. Drawing a line. Using black ink. Number 13. Number 13 says figure out 10 plus or minus, yikes, 2 square root of B over A. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. So it's going to be 10 plus or minus 2 square root of 4 over 2. A. Okay, so then that's going to be 10 plus or minus 2. What's the square root of 4? Did you say 2? So did I. Divided by 2. So then that's going to be 10 plus 4 divided by 4, comma, 10 minus 4 divided by 4. Okie dokie. Wait. Why is that 4? Because I'm a silly goose. That's supposed to be a 2. Sheesh. Was I off there? It's right after school. I'm trying to make this video real quick because I have to work 2 games at the college tonight. Okay, so those are the 2 answers, right? But it's going to be 14 divided by 2, comma, 6 divided by 2. But that's going to be 7, comma, 3. Ta-da! 2 answers. 7 and 3 both work. I don't know, 7 and 3. Those are the answers. That was number 13. Now let's do number 14, shall we? I will use green ink. because it's St. Patrick's Day still. Not while you're watching this video, obviously, but I will use green ink. Number 14 says, hey, what's the square root of b squared minus 8a? Well, shucks, I can't even read the numbers anymore. So b is 4, so it's going to be 4 squared minus 8 times a, which is 2. So that's going to be the square root. What's 4 times 4? 16 minus 16, which is the square root of 0. And yesterday on the video, the square root of 0 is 0. One answer. Keep on going, we're almost there. That was a popular song back in the day. Ready? It wasn't. Okay, so let's backtrack one more time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The negative went along for the ride. Plus or minus, plus or minus. The plus or minus went along for the ride. Then we just did this problem. A was 2, B was 4. That black line still bothers me also. That looks good enough. Square roots, all that good stuff. Figure it out. The first answer was 6, number 12. And the next answer, number 13, had 2 answers, 7 and 3. And then our third problem, number 14, had 1 answer of 0. Okay, so I didn't have to use a calculator for any of those. So for 13 or 14, I didn't have to use a calculator. It looked a little scary at first, but if you look at the numbers, can you add 10 and 4? Can you subtract 10 and 4? Think I can. Okay. So just be a little cautious. I was kind of speeding up here and I accidentally wrote a 4 there. That was just silly because I couldn't see what A equaled. A equals 2. I was putting a 4 there, but A was supposed to be 2. Disappointed in myself. Ready, set, hike. Number 15. Number 15 says this. Solve it. If there's no solution, state the reason. Okay, let's do it. 2x squared minus 8 equals 0. We're playing the game, get away from x. So first things first, that 8 has to move over. 2x squared equals 8. You don't write plus 8 or positive 8. You just write 8. Then I'm going to divide by 2. Divide by 2. And I'm going to get x squared equals 4. And then I'm going to do the square root of both sides. So x equals plus or minus 2. Really, my phone's ringing. Hang on. Okay, are we back? I hope we're back. Let me pause. Are we back? I hope so. Okay, cool. So that would be plus or minus 2. Number 15. Moving on. The clock's still ticking. Let's go. Number 16. I hope so. I hope this is still recording because that would be sad if it's not. Number 16 says, hey, solve this. X squared plus 25 equals 0. Let's play the game, get away from 0. So move that over. And x squared equals negative 25. X equals undefined. You want to put an empty set for now? You could do that. Or you could write undefined. What did the book actually answer? There is no solution. Negative numbers have no real square roots. So if you wanted to write no solution, that's fine. Okay, that's cool. Because you can't do the square root of negative 25. We talked about that yesterday. Moving on in 3, 2, 1. Number 17. Number 17 says, hey, solve this. X squared minus 1.44 equals 0. So get away from x. Move that over. That would be plus 1.44. That's a big plus sign. Draw this line. x squared equals 1.44. Do the square root of 1.44. And we did the same problem yesterday, didn't we? X is plus or minus 1.2. Oh, well, that wasn't that bad. Okay, notice that this is a positive number, whereas on the previous problem, it was a negative number. No solution? Yes, solution. There we go. Get that? No solution, yes solution. That was funny. Number 18. Dun, 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 dun. I'll do it right here. 5x squared equals equals negative 15. I already know the answer because you can't do that. No solution. No solution. Undefined. Empty set. Whatever you want to put. Okay? You can't do the square root of a negative number. Not yet, anyway. My pre-calc kids can, but not you. Silly goose. Okay, so you're feeling pretty confident about this, aren't you? You should be. That was number 18. How far did we go? What? I can't hear you. I'm sure we went through number 21 for sure. Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Get ready. Are you ready? Good. Okay, I showed you an equation yesterday, and it was h equals negative 16 t squared plus s. In some of my classes, I don't use the letter s, so I had to double check to make sure that that's what we use in our class. H equals negative 16 t squared plus s. Okay, 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 okay. Number 19 says, if an object is dropped from an initial height s, how long will it take to reach the ground? Assume there is no air resistance. Interesting. We talked about that before. Okay, when it reaches the ground, what's the height? When it reaches the ground, what's the height? When it reaches the ground, what's the height? 0 equals negative 16t squared. And then this one is plus 48. Now let's play the game, get away from t. So this is going to go over yonder. Negative 48. Negative 48 equals negative 16t squared. Then I'm going to divide by negative 16. And I'm going to divide by negative 16. And I'm going to get tres equals t squared. Oh, okay. So now t is going to be plus or minus the square root of 3. But I want to get a little more specific than that. T is going to be plus or minus 1.7 seconds. The SEC tournament. But it can't be plus or minus because we're talking about time. You can't have like a negative time here. So the time equals 1.7 seconds. And since it's a word problem, label your answer. Thank you very much. So it said, how much time will it take to reach the ground? How much time will it take to reach the ground? You're solving for t, but the ground height is 0. Tricky question. Yes, it was. Tricky question. But now that you've seen number 19, you should know how to do 20 and 21. Let's continue. I'm switching the slides in 3, 2, 1. Click. Number 20. Number 20 says, okay, h equals negative 16t squared plus s. 0 equals negative 16t squared plus, what's the number this time? 96. Okay. So now I'm going to take this here, 96, and it's going to go over yonder. Minus 96. So it's going to be negative 96 equals negative 16t squared. Divide by negative 16. Do. Divide by negative 16. That answer is 6. Okay, so now that means that t equals plus or minus the square root of 6, but I want to get a little more specific. T equals plus or minus, but now I do the square root of 6 in my calculator and get 2.4. I don't have room to write seconds there. But now we know that the time has to be positive, so 2.4 seconds. Perfect. It's so much easier, Mr. Blanchard, when you do it. That's because I'm doing it. Mr. Blanchard, you're doing the most. I'm doing it. Okay, please tell me this is still recording because, yes, thank goodness. Because last time when I answered the phone, I clicked the stop button and the stop button was supposed to stop the video, like I wanted to save it, and I didn't want to save it. And so I had to click no, and then it just started recording again. Number 21, number 21, number 21 is the same as all the others. Ready? Okay. H is 0, negative 16, t squared. That's cool. But this time S is 192. Well, guess what I'm going to do? It's a broken record. I'm going to move this puppy over there. Becomes minus 192. Negative 192 equals negative 16t squared. Guess what else I'm going to do? I'm going to divide by negative 16, just like I've done for all the other problems. And I'm going to get, I don't know. But you know who does know? Cassie, my other calculator, Casio. I'm going to take that top number and I'm going to divide by that there number, bottom number, and I get 12. So that means that t equals plus or minus the square root of 12. But that means t equals plus or minus, what is about the square root of 12? Square root 12 equals 3.5. 3.5, would you agree on that? 3.5, but then we want the positive time, so time is 3.5 seconds. Somebody on the video in my 5th hour class yesterday said, dang, Mr. Blanchard, if you're holding the ball 9 feet high, how tall are you? I said, I'm tall. But 9 feet tall would be like me almost dunking the basketball, wouldn't it? That's funny. Oh well, doesn't matter. It should have been more like 7 feet, but how much fun would that problem have been? Did I assign number 22? Okay, let's read it. If you double the height from which the object falls, if you double the height from which an object falls, do you double the falling time? If not, why? Oh, number 22's answer is no. Do you double the falling time? No. It's not a straight correlation. If you just write no, I'll accept that. Okay, so now, if that didn't take you a whole big piece of paper, that's good, because now you guys are working in class. Now do page 507. If you want to put it on the same piece of paper, you can, like on the back or whatever. Page 507, 24 through 44 evens. And then turn the page to page 508. Those won't take that long. And then on page 508, I want y'all to do, I'll shorten the assignment a little because I talked again longer than I thought. 20 minutes, really, really, to go through your homework? Really? Yes, really. Page 508. Should I be, okay, all of these, I think you don't need a calculator for. I don't think you will. Well, no, I need to assign one of those. Okay, I want you to do 52 through, so 52 is kind of a tough one. 52 through 62 evens and 70. Oh, 72 would just be mean. That would just be really bad if I assign that. Let's do 70 and 76. 70, 76. Okay, so you are working on that. This is due. You're going to take a picture of all of your work. So even the problems that I just went through, you're going to take a picture of that. You're going to take a picture of all of this, and then you're going to turn it in tomorrow during regular class time, you know, just on the, well, no. It's just due tomorrow before class. Okay, so page 507 stuff and page 508 stuff is due before class on Friday. And then Friday's material is just going to be some basic algebra review stuff. You'll be fine. It'll be multiple choice. You'll be happy. It'll be a Google form. However, you must do it during your regular class time. It has to be done during regular class time. Okay, with that, I say to you, freshmen, good day.